Hello everyone, my name is Andy. Today is Sunday, July 9th. Time is around 5:15 GMT. And in this video, I would like to do a recap of the past trading week. What went good, what could be better, what can we learn. So this is more an educational video. If you are interested in the higher time frame, I already made my higher time frame analysis on Friday, so please have a look there. This is a recap of the past trading week, the lower time frame. So we will start with the NASDAQ. We here see the 1 hour chart. We already had quite a good sequence of winning trades in the NASDAQ. So we had this one here, then this one here we missed, but luckily we could enter here again. And then last week or the past week, I also gave you this area for a long. I thought I said something like that the structure was incomplete here, that we needed one more high, and indeed from this area we had a final push up. So this was also a little successful trade, but still a successful trade. And then we had a complete structure and we went down. And so then here on Friday I said that there was actually also a trade setup here. It's not really my kind of trade or my preferred trades, but there was a possibility that like our wave 2 was in here, and like I said, you could go long against this low and see what happens. And indeed we had the push up, but in the second half of the trading session we came back down again. So maybe you entered and you took the profit somewhere here. I did not enter. I prefer to wait for this kind of areas, and this is what I will also do next week. So on Friday I calculated this area here, but we didn't have this price data yet. And so now what we were looking for tomorrow is actually the this wave 2. Like, I don't think this low will hold here. If you're long from here, it should be from here, I think. Protect your trade, or I hope you already took your profit. But so next week, starting from tomorrow, I'm looking for something like this actually. So I think this was our wave A, this was our wave B, and then our wave C should end somewhere here in this area. And if the wave C ends in this area, then it means, or it could mean, that wave 2 is completed here, and that we go up again from here for a wave 3, 4, and 5 to finish this wave 5 in the higher degree. Something we should look out for next week is that the high was in here, and that we have this bearish scenario in red, a 1 down, that this was the 2 up here, and that we now go down as a wave 3. Yes, so this is something to keep in mind next week. So this was the NASDAQ. Successful trade on the NASDAQ here, and maybe you also took this one. I didn't, but I'm waiting for this area here to go long again. So then, the 15-minute, nothing new. I just explained what I'm looking for in the 1 hour. So we can move on to the DOW. So here we have the 1 hour chart of the DOW, and this is indeed an interesting lesson we can take here. Like, I gave you this area, but I said, you have to wait for 5 waves down that end with divergence. We were into this area, but this was way too strong. There was absolutely no reason to touch it, here, but then it reacted nicely from this, like if this is our wave 1, like this, then a wave 2 typically goes into the area between the 0.5 and the 0.854 FIB retracement, and we reacted very nice here from this 0.854 level. And then I also told you on Friday that we had a similar setup here as the Nasdaq, actually. That again, that it was not my preferred kind of trades. I wait for this kind of areas, but that there was a setup here that yeah, if the wave 2 was in, then this low should hold and we could move up from here. But as you can see, like in the Nasdaq, it worked this trade, but in the Dow we failed. So because we failed in the Dow, yeah, I also believe that we will see more downside here. So yeah, that's why I also think in the Nasdaq ultimately next week it will not hold, and we will see also a bit more downside in the Nasdaq. And so in the Dow, what we are looking for then is yeah, we first have to take out this low here, but then this was already the area I gave you on Friday. So next week I would like to see this here. So I believe, yeah, let's make it immediately my primary scenario, because I also think that this will play out. So I think that this here was or wave A. So like this, wave A, wave B to the upside. So I will also take out this, and now we should have a wave C to the downside into this area, and this would mean that wave 2 should be complete here. So the same setup, but just a bit lower against this low. This is what I'm looking for next week. Like I said, there was absolutely no reason to enter here in this area. Then there was something on Friday that you could do. It worked for the Nasdaq, but not for the Dow. And I also told you that that's not really my preferred kind of trades. I prefer to wait for this kind of areas, and this is what I also will do next week. So in the Dow, we did not have a trade in the past week, but we might have something here next week, and this is what we will also analyze starting from tomorrow. Then the 15 minutes, yeah, we can skip the 15 minute. I already discussed what I am looking for next week in the 1 hour. Then we have the DAX. Yeah, there we had, or I had, a failing trade. I wanted to go long here. I also entered because I started to see some divergence here, but yeah, I was tricked. Like we just dropped like a stone from here. Luckily, it was a clear setup. I told you, like this setup with a wave 2 here to the, and a wave 3 to the upside is invalidated if we take out this low here, and this is actually what happened. We took out this low, and so now, as I discussed in my higher time frame analysis, my primary scenario is that this was a wave 3. This was a wave 4, or is a wave 4. Wave 4 is ongoing, and so I expect a reaction from this area. So if we make here one more low into this area that ends with divergence, this could actually be a nice trade or a nice entry to go long. So this is also something we will analyze from tomorrow. And so, yeah, what can we learn from this? Yeah, not. I mean, I followed my system. It just failed. I entered here in a relevant area. I had divergence. I had 5 waves down. But yeah, it didn't hold. But yeah, I think that's okay. I believe since I started recording, or since I started this channel, it was my first failing trade. So yeah, it's part of trading, I would say. I'm happy that I stick to my system. If I look back at it, I should have been maybe a bit more critical about this. Like, so at the moment we were going up, I yeah, I did not pay enough attention to the bearish scenario here. I think like this actually looks like an ABC, but yeah, afterwards it's always it's always way easier to say and to interpret. Like, yeah, my primary scenario was that this was wave three to the upside, and then yeah, we are also bullish in the DAX. So yeah, if like yeah, to put a short here, that would be too extreme. I would never do this, but maybe I should not have entered here as a long, because it almost looked too perfect as a structure, and then you should be a bit suspicious. But okay, so a failing trade here in the DAX. And so next week, yeah, I'm looking for a reaction from here, from this area. It looks like yeah, we need another push down into this area. Could be that the low is in here. But my first idea would be, yeah, a bit more downside into this area, so we have more divergence, 5 ways down and divergence. But okay, that's something we will analyze starting from tomorrow. And then finally, the FTSE. Yeah, it was really a pity we missed this trade here. I was waiting for, let me take the 15-minute. So here we have the 15-minute chart. I was waiting for this area to go short. So I was again waiting for my corrective structure ABC, and then go short from here. But we did not reach this area. Yeah, if we would have entered this trade, look, this would have been a very profitable trade. But yeah, that's also part of it. Like, I stick to my system. I wait for this kind of areas, because here in these areas I'm trading at the extremes. And yeah, the disadvantage of this is that you sometimes miss trades, and this can be frustrating. But yeah, this is personal preference. Like, I prefer to wait for these areas. If I would enter like lower, and we would pull back into this area here, then yeah, then you can feel a lot of pain, let's say, because you really start to doubt about your entry. And so therefore I prefer to trade at the extremes. But you can develop your own system, and if you say like, yeah, I always enter below the equal leg area, that's okay. This can be your system. Or you can also enter like in different with different entries, split your order, entry like below the one level, at the one level, somewhere here, and somewhere here at the complete extreme. That's also a possibility. That's personal preference. That's up to you. And so now I expect from here some reaction to the upside. Yeah, same with the DAX. I think another low and then reaction to the upside, probably as a wave 4. But we will analyze this in detail, more detail, starting from tomorrow. Okay, so this was my recap of the trading week. Yeah, I think quite good week. Yeah, I feel sorry about missing this trade, but yeah, it's part of trading. Okay, I hope this video was interesting for you. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work so I can further grow this channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.